All right, welcome back, class, for our second activity of lesson 4 in Unit 3 on unit rates and percentages. Okay, so here our task is statements is about veterinary weights. A veterinarian uses weights in kilograms to figure out what dosages of medicines to prescribe for animals. For every 10 kilograms, there are 22 pounds. Okay, so calculate each animal's weight in kilograms and then explain or show your reasoning. And if you get stuck, consider drawing a double number line or a table. Okay, so you can do that, and I will show you what a completed table looks like in a little bit. But I want to share my strategies for doing this to let you see how you can think about this in more than one way. Okay, so let's go through each one. Number one, calculate each animal's weight in kilograms, and then explain or show your reasoning. So we're going to show our reasoning through using some arrows, actually. All right, so Fido, the Labrador, weighs 88 pounds. Okay, so we want to know about kilograms. Well, let's look at the original ratio they gave us. For every 10 kilograms, there are 22 pounds. Okay, we want to get up to 88 pounds. So here's one way to think about it. We want to connect 22 pounds to 88 pounds. So let's think, how can we go from 22 to 88? Well, we're going to need to multiply it times 4. So then that means we're going to do the same thing for the kilograms. We're going to take the 10 kilograms and we're going to multiply that times 4. And if we do 10 times 4, we're going to get 40, right? So you'll see this in writing in a table in a little bit. But it's going to be 40 kilograms. That's how much Fido weighs, okay? For Spot the Beagle, weighs 33 pounds. Okay, so for this one here, we're wanting to make the jump from 22 pounds to 33 pounds. Well, 22 times, there's not a whole number you can multiply it by to get to 33. Okay, but one way to think about this is think about to go from 22 to 33, you're adding on 11, right? And 11 is half of this. So if we're going to add half of this amount to get to here, we need to add half of this amount. So half of 10 would be 5, right? So we would add 5 onto the 10 and we would get 15 kilograms. Okay, so that's how I would think about it. Okay, and again, for this one here, Bella the Chihuahua weighs just 5.5 pounds. All right, so here we're talking about going from from 22 to 5.5. Well, that one seems a little bit tricky again, but I want to see if we can think about a way to relate them easily. And I think about 5.5. 5.5, if I do 5 times 4, that gives me 20. So 5.5 times 4, we're going to add on 4 more halves. So that's going to be 2 wholes that we're going to add on to 20. So it's going to be 22. So 5.5 is actually 1/4 of 22. So if we're going to take 1/2 of the pounds, 1/2 of 22 to get to 5.5, we need to do 1/4 of the pounds to get to 5.5 pounds. We need to find 1/4 of 10. Okay, well, a quarter of 10, a quarter of 100 is 25, right? So a quarter of 10 would be 2.5. Okay, and so so 2.5 would be that answer. And then for number 2, a certain medication says it can only be given to animals over 25 kilograms. How much is this in pounds? So for 25 kilograms, if we're going from 10 kilograms, let me go all the way through here, from 10 to 25, I'm going to be multiplying times 2.5. Okay, so then I'd be multiplying this times 2.5, 22 times 2.5, and that's going to be 55. Okay, let me show you how it looks in tables with the explanation here. Okay, so they just explain it here. If the ratio is 10 over 22 kilograms per pound, you can actually just multiply by 10 over 22. You can see here, if you take 88 and multiply it times 10 over 22, that's another way to still end up with the 40 that we mentioned. Right? For a 33, again, multiply times 10 over 22, you'll get 15, and same thing here, right? So that they're showing you this way here, we still end up with the same things that I mentioned earlier, okay? And same thing here, right? We just take 20. In this case, we're switching it back. We're taking a kilogram is 22 over 10 pounds, so you can see the fraction, it's the reciprocal. They turned it upside down, and multiply that times 25, and you get 55. Here you can see the same information in a table. Okay, you can see what they did here, times 4 times 4, right? And so on and so forth. So that's what it looks like in a table. And it's worth mentioning that they wanted you guys to realize you don't have to convert 10 over 22 into a decimal. Sometimes you can get bogged down that way. So sometimes it can help you, but sometimes it will make it more difficult. So, okay, hopefully this makes some sense, and I will see you back for lesson 5.